I will call this meeting to order, and it's the regularly scheduled meeting of the Transportation Public Works Committee. I'm the committee's chair, Councilmember Reich. I'm joined by my colleagues on the committee, Council Vice President Glidden, Councilmember Bender, and Councilmember Gordon, and we are a quorum. And we'll proceed with today's agenda, which we have a total of 22 items. The majority are consent items. We do have 2 public hearings and a brief discussion. I will go through the consent items. Any committee member can pull them for further consideration if they wish. Starting with item 3, agreement with the Metropolitan Council Environmental Services for interconnected sanitary sewer infrastructure. Item 4 is the delegation of authority for contracts for maintenance or repair of sanitary sewer system. Contract with the University of Minnesota for traffic signals. Item 6 is the contract amendment with Rice Lake Construction for Fridley Softening Plant Recarbonation Improvements Project. Item 7 is the contract amendment with Tool Design Group for the winter maintenance study. Item 8 is the limited use permit with the Minnesota Department of Transportation for trail segment on Industrial Boulevard at I-35W. Item 9 is the 42 Avenue North Street Reconstruction Project Special Assessment Reduction. And those items are enumerated in 1 and 2. Item 10 is Nicollet Mall Reconstruction Project, removal of assessments for the MnDOT right-of-way parcels. Item 11 is the request for proposals for construction management services for the Hennepin Avenue Street Reconstruction Project, and that's from 12th Street South to Washington Avenue. Item 12 is the request for proposals for engineering services for the new water main crossings. Item 13 is the Columbia Heights campus upgrades increased to the 2017 appropriation. The amounts listed. Item 14 is the water distribution improvement increases for the 2017 appropriation. Item 15 is the 2017 levy of various public works department special assessments. Item 16 is the Super Bowl event permits, February 4th, 2018. Item 17 is the Super Bowl live block party event, and that's from January 26th to February 4th. Item 18 is the Super Bowl experience block event permit for 27th to the 4th of February. Item 19 is a redesign of the Nicollet Mall ordinance. Item 20 is the bid for Fridley Softening Plant cones and flume rehabilitation project phase 5. And item 21 is the bid for Lindale Avenue outfall improvements. Does anyone wish to pull any of these items for consideration? See none, I will move all items as submitted. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Dissenting nay. Those items carry. We can now proceed to our public hearings, starting with item 1, which is a non-governmental tax exempt parcel streetlight operations fee. And actually we'll hear from 1 and 2 in the presentation and then do the public hearing separately. Good morning, Director Hutchinson.
Morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. Brett Jelly, the Director of Business Administration and Public Works, will present both items at once for the non-governmental tax exempt parcel streetlight and street maintenance fees for 2018.
Good morning.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair and committee members. My name is Brett Jelly. I'm the Director of Business Administration for the Public Works Department. I am introducing 2 related public hearings this morning on non-governmental tax-exempt street lighting and street maintenance assessments for payable 2018 taxes. Minneapolis has been assessing non-governmental tax-exempt parcels for streetlight operations and street maintenance services since 1974. The City Council approved an update to this assessment methodology in 2009. The rate for the assessment is determined by taking the budget for street maintenance and the budget for street lighting and dividing it by all accessible square footage in the city. That connects the assessment rate to the actual cost of delivering the services. The rate for payable 2018 is the same rate as last year. So for properties that received notices, one of 2 things happened. They were either new to the list, so they were a taxable parcel that was sold or was converted to tax exempt, or their property boundaries changed and increased in size, therefore increasing their assessment, and then they got a notice. The reason we have quite a few of properties in that latter category, Hennepin County continues its coordinate geometry update, and this causes small changes in property sizes, and when it increases, we do send a notice for this public hearing. There are 1,306 eligible properties in the city. This is down a little bit from last year, which was 1,324. Notices were mailed to 187 properties for street lighting and 214 for street maintenance. For the street lighting operations assessment, the median or middle value assessment for these properties is $40 a year, and the mean or average assessment is $85 a year. For the street maintenance assessment, the median or middle value is $199 a year, and the mean or average assessment is $427 a year. Total assessments for street lighting, $111,662. That is down about $300 from last year. And total assessment for street maintenance, $557,525. $557,525, which again is slightly down from last year. And that's just kind of the ebb and flow of properties in the city that move from taxable to tax exempt. I would like to note we did get one letter from a property in advance of the public hearing. One point of clarification in the letter, it notes that prior to 2015, the city of Minneapolis had a different methodology for assessments. In this case, for this assessment, again, nothing's changed, especially since we updated the methodology in 2009. This property has been receiving these assessments. They fall into that category of having a slight boundary change, which increased the property size and increased their assessment. So that's why they received the notice, and I just wanted to clarify that point. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions for the staff presentation? Seeing none, I'll open the public hearing for item 1. Does anyone wish to come forward? Anyone signed in? Anyone wish to come forward? Seeing none, I will close the public hearing and move that item as submitted. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Dissenting name. That carries. Item 2, I will open the public hearing for item 2. Anyone signed in? No one signed in. Anyone wish to come forward? Anyone wish to come forward? Seeing none, I will close that public hearing and move it as submitted. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Dissenting nay. That carries, and we dispense with the public hearing. We go to our last item, item 22, which is a discussion item. Director Hutchinson.
Mr. Chair and members of the committee, today we're requesting authorization for an amended contract, revised request from 2 cycles ago for the Clear Night Group. The original request was for $45,000 and a contract modification. The new request is for $30,000. We've been able to reduce the amount by working together with our internal communications group, who will be leading with more frequency on the engagement. We'll be preparing additional news releases. We'll be leading on a video showcase of the Nicollet Mall, and also will be creating an interactive block-by-block news story. And we were able to shift some of the work from the external to the internal, thereby reducing the contract amendment from $45,000 to $30,000.
Thank you. Any questions regarding that? Seeing none, I will move the staff recommendation to authorize the amendment of Clear Night Group contract, the reduced amount of $30,000 instead of the previous amount of $45,000. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Dissenting nay. That carries, and we are done with today's agenda and thereby adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.